All right, we're shaking, guys. Back with another joint, man. We got Nasty C, Lose Some, Win Some off the Zulu Man with some Power album that came out in 2020. This has been a request that flooded our at the time, at least when it came out. This flooded our DMs on my other channel, Lost to Vegas. So salute to everybody that just kind of got this in front of us at the time. I never really forgot about it. It's pretty short though, from what I'm seeing. You know, it's only a minute and 33 seconds. So all right.
The hell is you saying? The hell is you saying? The hell is you saying? The fuck is you saying? The hell is you saying? The shit in my vein, you dig? There's so much to lose and so much to gain, you dig? I'm chasing the hunger, I'm back in the rain, you hear me? I'm battered and broken and numb to the pain, you hear me? How can I stop until we all in the range, you hear me? I cannot stop until we all getting paid.
He's gifted, man. He's gifted. I know that's like strong words coming in on a song that's where I'm 26 seconds into a song. But it is just, some people just have a gift when it comes to melody, when it comes to understanding how to compose music. He just has a musical ear, coupled with the fact that his pen is really, really slick, man. He's a very clever writer, and he has a way with understanding what the beat calls for. You know what I'm saying? And quite frankly, I mean, I don't know if the beat is going to change. This is a pretty basic beat so far. I mean, I'm 26 seconds in. I'm early, I know. But, the beat is made by who? Impala Drummer. Shout out to the people who made the beat. No disrespect, but it's a pretty basic beat. But guess what? He's making this beat. He's making it, like, interesting. You know what I'm saying? I'm back, and he said, the hell is you saying? The shit in my vein, you dig? There's so much to lose, so much to gain, you dig? And I'm back in the rain, you dig? Right? So now we got a real cool fly opening with the delivery. Then he transitions into the melody. You know what I'm saying? So a very basic beat that he's making sound cool.
The hell is you saying? The hell is you saying? The hell is you saying? The fuck is you saying? The hell is you saying? The shit in my vein, you dig? There's so much to lose and so much to gain, you dig? I'm chasing the hunger, I'm back in the rain, you hear me? I'm battered and broken and numb to the pain, you hear me? How can I stop until we all in the range, you hear me? I cannot stop until we all getting paid, and everybody got their own shit, and they stop calling me cause they want shit.
Okay, let's stop it right there. So he said, the hell is you saying? The shit is in my veins, you dig? There's so much to lose and so much to gain, you dig? I'm chasing the hunger, I'm back in the rain, you hear me? I'm chasing the hunger, I'm back in the rain. You know what I'm saying? I'm back, I'm back with the pressure on me, with the back to the hard times, back to the grind, the struggle. Win some, lose some, huh?
All in the range, you hear me? I cannot stop until we all getting paid, and everybody got their own shit, and they stop calling me cause they want shit. Every time I reach for my cutlery, take my eye off the cake for a second, they cut a piece. If I talk about it, say I'm greedy, they come for me, forcing me to come for people that never come for me. Niggas don't want to work, niggas just get to feel. They rather follow a nigga blind than be a tail. Waving from side to side, see me when shit is well, leave me when shit is hell, leave it to me to dwell. Dangers of being a king, you get the biggest shoulders. Nobody listens to you, they just wanna take your orders. You be the sharpest and they just use it to cut their corners. I want them to win them, it'll mean more than me, so that you know I got love for my niggas. On me, I'd kill for them. I know that they don't depend on nobody to build for them. We done cut some homies off, we had to be real for them, but they know we still here for them.
Okay.
Now, the hell is you saying? The shit in my vein, you dig?
Dude, there's some really, really, really slick lines in here, man, that have some depth. He said, every time I reach for my cutlery, take my eye off the cake for a second, they cut a piece. Every time I reach for my cutlery and I take my eye off the cake, they cut a piece. So it seems like this whole verse, he's talking about being sort of an enabler for people. He said he had to cut some homies off. He's feeling the pressure of being a king or something like that, he said. And that cut a piece line, kind of keeping that in mind, it just seems like he had to cut some dudes off because they was mooching off of him. They were taking advantage of him. Maybe they were robbing him, in different ways. You know what I mean? Or he was basically enabling them, right? The whole verse is essentially in that vein, right? Every time I try to reach for the cutlery, take my eye off the cake for a second, they cut a piece. So the cake as in the money, right? It's a metaphor, right? Every time I take my eye off my money, they want to take it from me, right? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, sitting down, cutlery, cake, cut a piece of cake. If I talk about it, they say I'm greedy, they come for me. Nasty C probably brings up the fact that he feels like he's being taken advantage of, right? They're trying to, skim off the top or whatever they're doing to him, right? then they then sort of gaslight him, right? And say, oh, you greedy, man. You got enough money. You greedy, man. You know, spread the wealth, man. Yada, 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 right? But you wasn't supposed to take it in the first place. You know what I mean? That's not your money to take. These dudes don't want to work. These dudes are scared to fail. They rather follow a dude blind, you know, than be a tail. So, okay, so when you follow someone blindly, that means you're not thinking for yourself. It's all about what the person in front is doing, right? Whatever direction he or she is going in, I'm going in that direction. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking for myself. I'm not doing anything that's going to independently change my circumstances. I'm following someone else, right? He said, so they would rather follow a dude blind than be a tail. The tail part is throwing me off. So I don't know if he means a literal tail. Obviously, it's a metaphor of sorts, like a tail as in a appendage that's in the back of an animal, a tail, right? But I think when you think of a tail, it's in the back, right? It's in the rear end. So instead of coming, you know, being in the back, or starting from being independent and doing it on their own, you know what I mean? They would rather just follow him blindly and put him in a position to be responsible for them, is what it sounds like. He said, waving from side to side, see me when shit is well, leave me when shit is hell. Then he said, leaving it to me to dwell. I love how efficient Nasty C is. He says these sort of things that are actually pretty layered and complex, but he's able to just efficiently, you know what I'm saying? It just efficiently just put it into words. I just think that's it's a gift. He's a very clever writer that has a lot of depth if you pay attention and, you know, to what he's saying, man. So waving from side to side when shit is great, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? But when shit is hell, they're gone. So you're here mooching off of me, right? Taking advantage of me when things are great, when the money's there, right? Blindly following me, not adding anything, not adding whatever to the pot, right? Not contributing. So when things are great, that's what you're doing. That's who you are. When shit is hell, okay, goodbye. I got what I wanted out of you. Now I'm gone. Then he said, dangers of being a king. You get the biggest shoulders. Nobody listens to you. They just want to take your orders. That is such a brilliant line by Nasty C, man. Do people know that Nasty C is nice? I get the feeling that people really don't. I think because Nasty C has made some upbeat pop dancey songs, because I've seen a couple South African people in the comment section underneath some of his videos, and, you know, I don't know what's going on, but Nasty C is a very good writer, man, if you're paying attention, if you know what he's doing. He said, nobody listens. He said, dangers of being a king, you get the biggest shoulders. So if you're a king, the leader, and he's got his crew, but the crew has a few members there that's not pulling their weight. You know what I'm saying? Because he said, again, so when you're the king, you have a lot of responsibility, right? There's a lot lies on your shoulders, right? And then he said, nobody listens to you. They just want to take your orders. So they don't want to listen to you. They want to take it. Why is it dangerous to be a king and have people that are in your crew just take your orders and not listen to you? And I think it's Nasty C's way of saying that they're not self-reliant. They're not pulling their weight. They only want to just say, you know, they want you to tell them everything, right? It leaves them stagnant. It leaves them unmotivated, and it makes them lazy, and it puts him in a position where he has more pressure on his shoulders. He's got a bunch of order takers. He doesn't have anyone that thinks independently, that can make moves for themselves and take opportunities to help the whole, to help the team. It's all on him. So if he fails, guess who they're going to blame, right? So I really, really love that line, man. And to support that, he said, you be the sharpest and they use you to cut their corners. You be the sharpest and they use you to cut their corners? Nasty. Man. So obviously there's wordplay there, right? When you have something sharp, you can cut things with it, right? You be the sharpest, but obviously the other side of that, right? Metaphorically, Nasty C is the sharpest, right? He's the king. He's the leader. He's the sharpest. He's got, you know, he's intelligent, astute, right? They use him to cut corners. When you cut corners, that means you are trying to accomplish something in a way that is not taking the necessary steps to make sure it's done right. You're looking for the fastest, easiest way to get something done, and you're skipping vital steps in order to make sure that it's completed correctly. They're using him, so he's their sort of, they're using him to circumvent hard work. They're using him to circumvent doing things the right way. You know what I mean? He's their cheat code. Again, all the pressure, everything's on his shoulders. Instead of them working hard and pulling their own weight, they're using him. So that's a really, really dope line by Nasty C. Let's finish it up. I think it's over, right? Is that it? Let me finish it up.
The hell is you saying? This shit in my vein, you dig? There's so much to lose and so much to gain, you dig? I'm chasing the hunger, I'm back in the rain, you hear me? I'm better than broken and no to the pain, you hear me? How can I stop until we all in the range, you hear me? I cannot stop until we all getting paid, and everybody got their own shit, and they stop calling me cause they want shit.
Yeah, that was actually, you know what? I could have really went for a second verse on that. And you see this story all the time, man. You know what I mean? What did Drake say in the 100 song with Game? Circle got so small that it's a period, right? You know what I'm saying? What did Nipsey Hussle say? Circle got small, everybody can't go. Right, as you're making your way up to the top, man, and you need to have a strong team. You can't have dead weight. You can't be running around with 50 dudes, just mooching off you, right, and not contributing. So you got to start cutting people off. So that's essentially what he was saying in his song, man. Yo, this was dope. I think as a song, it's cool. I think lyrically, very impressed with it. I think the beat is okay, so I don't know if I'm gonna revisit it, but I think Nasty C carried the beat. I think a second verse would have been great, and I think Nasty C made this song actually solid. If I heard this beat without Nasty C on it, I'd be like, skip that shit. Great lyricism in this. I understand why you guys were requesting this. There's some really razor sharp lines, some depth in these lines. And yeah, man. Yeah. Shout out to South Africa, man. I appreciate y'all for getting this on my radar. Give me more Nasty C. I'm always gonna get the Nasty C. So give me more Nasty C, man. That's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm George. This is Rhyme Rate. I'm out.